What's going on, guys? This is Jay Peso, Blue Diamond with Club Secret. I am sorry, I am not where I'm usually at, and there's a lot going on right now. If you guys hear noise on the outside, I'm sorry about that. But let's get this party started. I'm excited about this call, man. Before we get the call started, I want to remind you guys about a couple things that's going on. Saturday, February 19th, we have our Super Saturday with Eddie Head, President of Club Secret, and also we have Red Diamond, Troy Brown coming down to New York. This is going to be next level. Eddie Head is also going to Boston. So if you are around the Boston area, make sure you get to the event out in Boston. If you're around the New York area, that means the tri-state area. If you're out in Pennsylvania, if you're like 3 hours away from New York, you want to drive to this event to get around the fire, get around the energy, get around the culture. If you guys got any guests that you've been wanting to show and you want to get them around the culture, this Saturday is where you want them to be. Trust me, you don't want them to miss what's happening. These guys are going to come give the game. They're going to teach you how to build the business. They're going to take your business to that next level. They're going to give you the vision of what you need to give you the vision of Club Secret, which is going to be amazing as well. So to get registered for that is going to be Cash App J Peso, JAYPAYSO. You would take a snap photo of that and send that in on your show that on your in the entry. The next thing is Elevate. I'm going to continue to remind you guys about Elevate. These nationals are everything, and I always tell people they don't know what they have their hands on until they go to the national. Now there are some people that come to one national and they don't go to the next national, so on and so on and so on. But listen, you don't know what training is going to do it for you. You don't know what's going to be the training that's going to give you the spark you need to take your business and your life to that next level. So Elevate is going to be April 29th to May 1st. Make sure you tell your teammates every single day, have you gotten your tickets to Elevate? Have you gotten your tickets to Elevate? Listen, I'd rather push my people, my friends, my family into greatness than have them, sit in a sideline and watch everything happen. I'd rather push my people into greatness. So Elevate is April 29th to May 1st. Make sure you are registered for that. Now, another thing, I know a lot of people are in action mode. We're showing the deal day in and day out. I've been in this off. I've been where I'm at right now for about 8 hours, guys. Well, I'm exaggerating. No, 8 hours. I've been down here 8 hours. I have not moved. I've been talking to so many people. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. But we all have to understand personal development goes hand to hand with action. The more you work on yourself, the better. See, there's a saying, the more you learn, the more you earn. What are you listening to every single night? What are you reading every single night? Are you learning more about the industry of network marketing? Are you trying to become a professional in network marketing, or are you trying to stay in an amateur lane? Listen, the reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm a professional in the industry, and Jefferson and J.A.O.N., you got Franco here, you got so many people here that became professionals in the industry, is because of personal development. They're plugging into something. They're plugging into the cause. They are being resourceful with, reading books, listening to books. Any way you could get the information inside of your head, do that. See, again, I'll give you this, guys. When I first got involved in the industry, I wasn't a reader. I wasn't a big reader or anything like that. Now I am reading all the books, as I'm reading as many books as I can. I got a goal to at least read 2 books a month right now. This is for my own good. But before, when I got involved, I needed the information as fast as possible. So what I did was listen to a lot of audio, and I took down a lot of notes. I didn't just listen, I studied. So again, man, becoming better you, and you'll see how that'll reflect into your business. So with that being said, man, we got something special, somebody special on the line, today. This is a man that's not only a leader in the company, in the industry, but we became friends throughout the years of building network marketing. This is someone that I've seen grow tremendously, but he's been a full-time traditional business owner. This man has been making an incredible amount of money outside of network marketing. He's a very humble individual, a funny individual, but we've built a strong relationship throughout, building. We're not on each other's teams whatsoever, and that's what I love about what we do, man. We could become friends and with so many different people in our company. We don't have to benefit from each other. We also learn from each other as well. He's married, happy married man, 2 toddlers, so he got a lot in his hand. He has a traditional business that he builds, that he works, and does every single day. He's married. He has 2 children. He is a Ruby in our company. Since we gotten back from Playbook, he's been on fire. He has been on fire. He is now in the top 5. People are battling right now. I told him I am fighting to get on that list. Man, I'm running through a lot of numbers and I'm getting a lot of doors slammed in my face. So if you're that person, feel like you getting a lot of doors slammed in your face, listen, I've been in this game for a long time. A lot of people slamming the door in their face, but they're going to regret it. I promise you that, right? And I'm coming to be on that list as well with him. So with that being said, my man Franco has been destroying the game, and I can't wait to hear from him. Listen, Franco, I'm excited for you to be here with us. Man, you are one of my favorite people to talk to. You're an incredible individual, and you've been crushing the game, man. So let the people know, let the people know where you come from, your story, and take over, man. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much for having me. It's funny you say I'm funny, because we were on our way back from having the kids at the carnival right now, and my wife's like, man, I love watching DJ Khaled's videos because he's an idiot just like you. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was here before Khaled.
By the way, I noticed that you I noticed in the back that you know what greatness looks like. You got Jordan in the background. I love it. All right, I was
there's no, and it's. Look, and I know someone put, here we go. Honest to God truth, I don't know if y'all can read what that phrase says right there, but there's a lot of intangibles when it comes to greatness. And I think there's one thing that you can't measure, and there's one thing you can't teach. People will argue that LeBron's the greatest. First of all, LeBron's lost more than he's won. Talent-wise, the guy could be the greatest ever, but there's one intangible that no one could ever take from Jordan. It says right there, it says you can't teach heart. And it's going to be part of my talk tonight, because there's a lot of things you can learn, a lot of skills you can develop, but there's one thing that you can't learn, and it's heart. And that's one thing that Jordan had on any given day, no days off. So that being said, my story is a little different, and I like to share my story because you typically hear the stories from stage, the rags to riches stories. I came from nothing, which is great. Unbelievable stories, unbelievable hunger. I can't relate. I was born 42 years ago. My parents were already business owners at the time, successful ones at that. I didn't know how successful until network marketing came into my life. But that's all I've ever known. I was a spoiled kid growing up. I had all the original J's. None of this retro stuff that you guys have now. Unfortunately, when I was 22 years old, someone broke into my apartment and stole 38 pairs of original shoes, which was again, a different story for a different time. But nonetheless, life was something that I really had to figure out, being that I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And hopefully somebody can relate to me tonight in that aspect. I didn't have the struggle growing up. I had everything any kid would ever dream of. I had an amazing childhood. I can't complain. There's one thing that lacked in my life at the time, and that was a relationship with my father. Don't get me wrong, him and my mom, this year, had my mom still been alive, would have been 50 years. But my dad was always working. He ran the business literally 7 a.m. to faint. I was in bed by the time he got home. Like, business was everything. And at the time, as a kid, I didn't really understand the magnitude of that until now, being a dad and being a husband, on how much that can affect a child growing up, not having dad. Again, dad came home every night. Dad slept at home every night. I just didn't see him because he was in the grind all day. So maybe y'all can relate to that. But growing up, that's what I thought life was, man. Is this what life is supposed to be? You go to college, get a degree, and you live like my parents are living. Yeah, they make great money, and I have nice things, but we don't get to spend a ton of time together because they're always on the grind. I'm like, shit, I don't want to grow up. So I did the college thing for a while, came back, ran a family business for 8 years. I didn't know how much I was learning at the time because you can't be a prophet in your own land. So my dad was not the dad I wanted for 8 years that I helped run the family business. He was my boss. If you've ever worked with your family, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So April 10th, 2009, a friend of mine called me up and all he said was, let's go to dinner at so-and-so place. There's something you got to see. I had never been invited to any type of opportunity meeting. So I show up, I see a white dude in a suit and a projector screen. I'm like, all right, what did you bring me to? Of course, there was no such thing as a 3-step setup or anything like that back in the day. And I said, you know what? He's my friend. I'm going to hear him out. 10 minutes in, I knew it was something that I wanted to do from a product standpoint. The business didn't really intrigue me because I thought my posterior didn't smell because I was running a family business that was very, very, very successful. So I thought I was too cool for school. Little did I know how much network marketing would change my life. And from there, I just hit the ground running. It took me a year to go to my first training. If you all don't know, I am a red. That's my primary color. Type A personality. My secondary color is a yellow. So that's why my wife thinks I'm a little bipolar. I'm red 1 minute and I'm yellow the next. But nonetheless, when I finally went to my first training, I really understood what I had my hands on from a personal development standpoint. And Jay was talking about that towards the end of my introduction. And guys, I can't tell you, and I'm going to interrupt my story a little bit. I cannot tell you what personal development has done for me. And it started with Mark Casetta. And to be honest, I haven't missed a training since I went to my first one. April will be 13 years in the industry. And a day after we buried my mom 4 years ago, my wife and I were on a plane to an event in Florida. Even though I could have had a pass from my team saying, we understand, if you're going to be serious about this, you're going to be serious about it. And there's no other way about it. I cringe when I'm at events. Even if you're going to the events, are you really there? I cringe when I'm at events and I take a bathroom break and there's people on their phone, charging their phone, sitting outside, shooting the shit with their buddies. And to me, guys, that's all fine and dandy. But I'm going for me and my family and my legacy. I could care less what anyone else is doing. I just know that you're wasting your money. Like Jay talks about it. He's taking notes. I want you to pay attention at the next event where the top leaders are. If they're roaming the halls, they're in the front seat. Heck, the owner of the company, Isaac, was in his seat the entire weekend. People think that they're there because they're at the top of their game. But guys, they'll be the first to tell you, Jefferson, Jay, all of them will tell you that they're the first to be a student before they're a leader. You cannot lead until you learn. And the craziest part about it all from the outside looking in, and I want y'all to write this down so it can really stick with you. People typically want what a mentor has earned, not what they've learned. And I'll repeat that. People want what a mentor has earned, not what they've learned. They want the shortcut to the money. And the truth is, guys, I'm sorry to say, there's no shortcut. And my journey over the last 13 years, leaving the family business in 2011, was the hardest thing that I ever had to do. And I want to make this point clear. I did not leave because I was making a ton of money in network marketing. I left because the environment I was around had grown toxic, working with my older brother, that I couldn't be in that environment anymore. So get that out of your head that you're going to hit freaking gold and retire from your job. Guys, this is supposed to begin supplementing your income. If one day you get to Blue Diamond, Red Diamond, Crown Royale, I understand, but it's not something that you go to the extreme right away. As a matter of fact, from 2011 to 2013, it was a struggle because this industry is like going to the gym. This industry is a volunteer industry. So when I left the family business, I started waking up at noon, making calls at 4 o'clock, doing, today I'm not going to do anything. It was, I was loathing in my own depression, if that makes any sense. But I kept going to the training. Jay said, you never know which one's going to be the one. I kept going to the training. I kept going to the training. And then around 2015, something happened and the switch flipped. I can't tell you. It's, again, another side note. I hate, or let me rephrase that. I dislike when people say, hey, get on this call. He's going to drop some nuggets. We don't know what those nuggets are going to be. I don't like when people, I'm going to give you some nuggets. This sentence could be a nugget for you. I have no idea what that's going to be, but somewhere along the line, somebody said something that I can't even remember consciously right now, but it changed everything. So since 2015, my wife and I have been making over $100,000 per year. Crazy thing is, I met my wife through this company. They say, don't date your downline. So I married her, and it's been a blast ever since. And if Jay tells you network marketing, you have the action, but you need the personal development. Guys, I can't tell you how much personal development has changed my life. I am a traditional business owner. I started business in 2015 as well. And I've grown at least $500,000 year over year. And I 100% give credit to our training system. We have in Mark Aceta and what he's taught, who you're going to learn from this weekend, what you learned from Jay, both Jays, guys, it is unlike any type of training system I've ever seen. And if you were to really go outside the box and look at how much these training systems cost, you'd want no part of it. 5-10 grand to be part of training systems where we get this for peanuts and people still complain. Can't tell you what the tens of thousands of dollars over 13 years that I've spent, what they've done to me, not only from a relationship standpoint, but everything else. People are like, the hardest year in marriage is your first year. My wife and I have had a blast these last 4.5 years. It'll be 5 years in April, and it's gone by quick because we're on the same self-development program. We're both growing the same. We know what we want. We dream. We're dreamers. We're goal setters. So many problems start with that in the household. So again, if you're listening to me right now, that's part of my story. Part of my story is being so engulfed in self-development that what you see right now is what you get in my household, what you get in my workplace, what you get when I'm out on the street. I'm not a different person. What you see is what you get. And we've been so engulfed and so adamant about goal setting that it's just made all the difference, guys. So that by far is a must. Going back to it, where I'm at right now, I'm not where I want to be. But if you're out there that was born with a silver spoon, that had everything in life, you were a spoiled kid, maybe a spoiled adult, even now, my traditional business, I don't need per se network marketing. I don't need the money. I do it because of the fulfillment it brings me. So even at that, if you're Mr. I'm too cool or Mrs. I'm too cool watching me right now, guys, you never know. You never know what can happen. Some of y'all weren't around to see the recession of 2008, where businesses, if you didn't have a solid padding, a disciplined padding, didn't make it out of it. During the pandemic, businesses closed. I do this, one, to have something in the reserve tank. No matter what happens with my first source of income, I have this. And you can do it on a part-time basis. We do it on a part-time basis at night. So there's no excuse on whatever income level, whatever background you have, whether it's rags to riches or riches to riches, you can do them both. So that's what's led me to here. Some of you guys are new to the Secret Family. Some of you transitioned from our old company to our new company. So this last year was a year of growing pains. And I reiterated, I said it from stage at our event at Playbook, that guys, we really haven't gotten started. Jay really hasn't gotten started. Both Jays haven't gotten started yet. You haven't seen anything yet. And if you've seen the lack of ranking up, if you've seen the lack of old leadership that you may have seen before, that should motivate you. It's crazy how some people, it creates a seed of doubt in their mind when they don't see certain faces, instead of seeing the opportunity that I could be that next one. They opened up a seat for me Thank you, Jesus. That's the attitude that's got to take effect when you see this. And now that we have the system down, the system that was put together at Playbook. I mean, the weekend, I talked to Jay before Playbook, a week before Playbook. I'm like, Jay, it's all coming together, man. It's all coming together. And at Playbook, it was just boom. And I get the truth bumps. I don't call them goosebumps, because you get the bumps when you hear truth, and it inspires you. I'm like, this is it. It's the perfect storm. We are in the perfect opportunity. Like, if you've ever wanted to be at the right place at the right time, it's now, guys. And you've heard it for years. If you've been around, you've heard it for years. But I am more certain than I've ever been in my life that we are exactly where we're meant to be. Like, it is crazy. What we've done, what we did over the last 12 years was hard. If you were in our old company, it was hard. Did we have value? Absolutely. But if we weren't putting people in the system and they weren't taking vacations, they were falling out of the bucket faster than we could put them into the bucket. It was like, and you see my workout equipment in the background, it was like we were lifting 3 plates on each side. Then Isaac comes around, takes off the 3 plates and says, here's a bar. You're like, oh shit, this was a lot easier. Guys, I can't tell you without a doubt, the hundreds of thousands that my wife and I made in the previous deal is going to dwarf what's about to happen. And the crazy thing, some of you guys that maybe have been waiting on the sidelines for years, if you're part of our old group, now's your time to shine. The opportunity, I told my team leaving Playbook, I don't give a rip what you were in your other company, what senior rep, hierarchy, I don't care. This is a new deal. The new deal started at Playbook. Now's your chance to make a name for yourself and for your team. Forget that old hierarchy. Most of them aren't even with us anymore. And if there's anybody that you can be following right now, is my man Jay Peso. And look, guys, I'm not about fluff. If you know anything about me, I wear my heart on my sleeve and I speak from my heart. There is no man. Again, I've seen Jay's story since day one. There is no man in our company, and maybe even the industry, that has taken more arrows for you. I say it for you because he's still leading, than Jay Peso. And again, I'm not here to give you any fluff or try to edify him, but it's an honest to God truth. If I could be following anyone, it would be that man right there. He has solidified the foundation. And Jay, if you're listening right now, man, there is, again, I read in a book, you can't help the masses if you haven't been through stuff yourself. There's so many people that want to get to the top of the mountain by not being exposed to all the obstacles that one has to go through. How can you relate with someone? How can you lead someone if you've never been through it? Back in the day, I talked about sacrifice and time away from your kids, and I didn't have any. Now I'm experiencing that sacrifice. It's a different animal finally living it. So you guys have it. You all are extremely blessed to have a man like Jay in your corner, because that, without a shadow of a doubt, there's a knot at the top of that harness when you're trying to climb. You know that you got backup when it comes to that. And Jay would be the first to tell you that hopefully with or without him, you'd still get to the top. But honest to God, again, solidified where he's standing. And whoever decides to follow him on this run, all the posts that he makes, trust me, with all sincerity, I know he means what he says, because this run is going to dwarf what any of us did in the last company. Why is that? I'll start off with Club Secret. What makes us different? And Jefferson's another one that my entire journey, Jefferson, kudos to you. I don't know if you remember this, but when I first hit my first rank almost 13 years ago, there was one man that had a little movie camera. It was back in the movie camera days, that came and interviewed me and got me on stage and wanted a picture with me. I didn't know what this man had done or who he was in the network marketing industry. At the time, I was like, yeah, this guy everybody wants a picture with me. Hey, you want me to train everybody on how to do this? I got this. That was my mentality back then. Man, I had a rude awakening. God has a sense of humor. But nonetheless, these guys have paved the way, guys. Club Secret now, again, if you're brand new to this, you are at the right place at the right time with what we have. We're going at this with a blank canvas. which is amazing. If you came over from our last group, imagine being able to start over without all the growing pains that we had to go through. Imagine right now you could start your life over with what you know now. How different would it look? Obviously, most wouldn't take that because we are who we are, because what we've gone through. But that is what we're doing with Club Secret. I, bar none, there won't even be a close second with the value that Club Secret is going to bring to the table. What Club Secret is going to do with the monthly membership. It's going to be so good that nobody's going to feel the $50 a month. See, in our previous deal, if you weren't taking trips, that $50 to $100 hurt. The way they have it, and again, you're a part of the founding members. Please don't get ahead of yourself saying, when are we going to have 1,000 trips? Guys, you're starting a company, and it's funny because this company is not a startup, but us coming over, we've revamped. We had to have them reevaluate their system to basically accommodate us. So we're the pioneers when this is coming into fruition. Imagine 10 years from now, all those legendary names that you heard before, they're going to be you. We're going to be talking about you guys. So again, forget the hierarchy, guys. You are the pioneer to this company. I don't know if you've noticed, but our group of people have basically taken over Secret, and we're still learning how to do that. We're still learning how to do this, which is crazy. So you all already know you get an extra 10% when you're a Club Secret. That's already the first value. And then the telemedicine, that's even more value. The value, when all is said and done, I'd say in the next 8 months, the value in Club Secret is going to be so great that it's going to almost feel like not having an Amazon Prime membership. Heck, my wife gets packages every 2 days. I'd be crazy to not have that Amazon Prime membership. And she's watching me right now. I don't blame her. Hey, babe, spend whatever the heck you want to spend. That's another reason I grind. But guys, not only that, I really want you all to understand. Jay was asking me, so what are you doing, man? And I'm like, dude, I am so certain and passionate about what I have to offer that passion alone is selling. And this is where I'm going to transition a little bit, and I'm really going to get serious with you guys. You have to be, when they say be a product of the product, don't go travel, take a picture with your Club Secret sign. That's not what I interpret product of the product as. I mean, submerged 100% in love with what you're doing. I succeed in my traditional business because I am 100% certain in the value that I bring to customers. I succeed in Secret right now because I am 100% certain on the value that I'm bringing somebody right now. The last 7 people that I've signed up have all been nutrition packs. 1 has signed up for the skincare as well. But again, this is me. If what you're doing is working, do not change it. Do not change it. The way that I see it, the nutrition has worked wonders on me and my wife, like extreme wonders on us. I think nutrition is more of a quick, like something that they're going to feel right away and reorder. That's what we want. The skincare, amazing, but the shampoo lasts us 3.5 months. I don't have that much hair. So between my entire family using the shampoo, it lasts me 3 months. So if it's going to take 3.5 months for someone to reorder the shampoo, that's not ideally the value that I want to bring in someone. And they're not going to be like, oh my God, my hair has changed so much. Like the nutrition is going to do to people. I've done my research more and more. Tom Brady just retired. He just wrote a book on how he prolonged his career. Look it up. He hired a doctor of alternative medicine, a holistic doctor, and that prolonged his career. Those are the stories that I'm using. Now more than ever, people are looking at their health. The problem with health, with everybody, you know why people can't lose weight? You know why people can't get healthy? It's because it's too difficult. Count your macros. Get a little scale for your house. Weigh this. Guys, I'm on the go. I can't carry a scale with me and weigh my chicken. That's why Dr. Cohn invented this and made it Health Made Simple, giving us what our body's not taking on a day-to-day basis. I had a neighbor text me and say, hey, can this help with chemotherapy? I said, dude, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you if it's going to be a cure for anything. All I can tell you is if you put crappy gas in your car is going to run like shit. Excuse my language. If you put top of the line fuel in your car, which none of us do, your car is going to run better. So I say, and I learned this from Sarita in New York. She told me about 8 months ago that just blew my mind. She's like, I ask people, what's your health budget? And that was like a shot in the heart to me because nobody thinks about a health budget. We don't buy organic because it's double the price. We don't shop at Whole Foods because it's more expensive. And again, the two most important things in your life are your car and your health. And we neglect those two the most. So I lead with nutrition because I know what it's done for me in the last year. My energy levels through the roof. I'm 42 years old. My wife is 27. I need all the energy, fellas. I need all the energy I can take. And this Health Made Simple, honestly, if I don't take it a day or two, my body knows that I didn't take it. My body basically says, W2F did you do, bro? Like, what's up? Feed me. So I've been leading with that. I haven't shown any presentations. I haven't done a napkin presentation, just opportune moments. Yes, my wife and I are in the top 10 in the global top 100, and we haven't even started on our list. These were just my neighbor. Hey, I know you take this. Does it work for chemo? Boom. 2 weeks later, the sister that's going through chemo texted me and said, oh my God, this feels amazing. After radiation, I feel great. And again, it's going to work different for everybody. I don't want us to be that company that makes those claims on social media that, oh, you look, I lost 30 pounds. Yeah, boy, you were at the gym too. I don't want us to be, so don't share those stories. I'm sharing it with you because it's personal. So that happens a lot. I went to go visit one of my traditional customers yesterday. I walked in and she was on a web page for supplements. Boom. I explained the philosophy of Dr. Cohn, making your body alkaline. 5 minutes, I had another customer. So again, guys, look for those opportune moments. We couldn't do that before. We have a tangible product that can really change someone's life. And that's where my fulfillment comes from. And I'll lead into this. There's a ton of companies that have come and gone that I call flavors of the month. And I wouldn't make fun of them because they were lotions and potions. I would make fun of them because two things would happen. One, they were just like any other product on the market. And two, the person that was selling it to you was no longer in 3 weeks from now. That's why they were flavors of the month. What I preach here, what makes us different? What makes Secret different? Secret, the skincare, was already proven in the retail space before we came into network marketing. As a matter of fact, I mentioned that I sold nutrition and skincare the other day. I had a buddy that was in our old deal and said, dude, I see what you're doing. I take supplements. Do they work? And I explained it. He's like, the only thing is my wife has a bad taste of our last go round. And I said, look, don't worry about her. When can I Zoom with you? He's like, after work, 8 o'clock, let's Zoom. So he's sitting at his kitchen table, and I purposely, everything I do is with a purpose. I say, bro, that's our nutrition. Check out our skincare. And I went straight to the mud mask. And Brandy, I hear his wife, Brandy, say, mud mask? And she came into the screen. She's like, hey, Franco. She's like, what do you got? And I took it off with a magnet. She's like, oh my God, is that Secret? And I said, how do you know about Secret? She's like, I used to buy that stuff at the mall and then I couldn't find it anymore. And immediately she turned to him and said, I can do this. My friends will love it, blah, 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 get both. You signed up for the $800 package. When people say, I need help closing, no, you don't. You just need to be passionate and find someone that's going to be just excited as you are. So when I tell you we have an advantage, we weren't this network marketing company that said, you know what, let's develop this product and make money in our comp plan. Isaac made billions of dollars with Secret at kiosks all over the world. But think about it. They did billions walking up to a stranger saying, can I wash your hands? And they did 3 billion. Imagine doing relationship marketing like we do. So in 2011, he decided to do that. Do you think it could grow faster? It could reach the masses faster when we're talking to people? Yes, that's a given. What makes us different? Why are we still at the ground floor? Because the system that was taught prior to us getting here was retail, pop-ups. If you're doing them and you love them, keep doing them. I'm talking to the people right now that want to earn residual income. The system that Secret had before was tailored to retail people, customer acquisition. I can make $1 in the outside world. I want residual money. That is what excites me. So when I say we're at the ground floor, the masses have not seen Secret in our platform. They've heard of it. They remember it at the malls, So that's already, the seed had already been planted. Thank God. And I'll call those sales reps our founding fathers that made it relatable to us. They may not remember the name Secret, but they'll remember getting their hands washed or their nails buffed. That's a given. In 2018, rather than say, hey, let's wrap up this product and develop it, they said, let's find somebody who has the best of the best. And again, I can speak on this firsthand. In my last deal, we were going to add nutrition. We added one product towards the end of it. And I remember getting that box of that product, and the cardboard box had a name on it. And I did my research, and it was from another nutrition network marketing company. That rubbed me the wrong way because it was just relabeled like half the crap that you go buy at GNC or your local supplement shop. Isaac didn't want that. He wanted something that aligned with what the skincare had done, the one of a kind. So after a series of interviews, I won't call it by chance, I think God had his hand in all of this. He met Dr. Howard Cohn. Dr. Howard Cohn, these products were already proven in the retail space. He has a clinic where he offers these products. I was looking up his page today. They have MMA fighters, professional athletes that are taking this new holistic approach that we've never had access to until now. So what makes our nutrition different than Herbalife? One, we're 100% clean. 100% clean, not like Herbalife. They can't tell you that. The Thrive companies, all of that. What makes us different? Our philosophy is different. We're trying to alkalize the body so it can perform the way it was designed. Why is it that kids aren't getting the effects of COVID that much? Because their body is not as acidic as us. 42 years of eating, I won't even say the word. How acidic do you think I am? So why not take that philosophy and get back to where we were? So when people ask, how am I doing it? Exactly what I'm sharing with you right now, everybody can relate to. The 4 things: lack of sleep, lack of energy, weight management, and pain. 4 categories. Dr. Cohn has it dialed in. He did the hard work for us, guys. As a matter of fact, if you think our stuff is expensive, look up some other stuff. I was approached by a skincare company at the mall the other day, and I looked up one of their products, a gold mask, $4,700 for a damn mask. I was like, man, and people complain about our prices? Come on. We have 2 things. Those 2 things already separates us from anybody in the marketplace. When people say, I sell skincare too, no, you don't. You don't have the Dead Sea. Oh, I sell nutrition. No, you don't. You don't have what we have from top to bottom. Again, weighing stuff and all that, Dr. Cohn got rid of all of that. We have the Health Made Simple that covers your entire day and your entire body. So last but not least, going back to it, Club Secret, 15 years in our previous deal, we proved to be the best of the best. Insert that into Secret. How do you lose? Before last weekend, how do you lose? Now Isaac saying, you know what? 6-day, 5-night trip for 2 people, all inclusive. How do you even close now? Do you approach saying, hey, Jay, I got a 6-day, 5-night trip, all inclusive for 2 people for $400, $200 per person. Is that per night? No, that's for 6 nights. That's for 6 days, 5 nights. You in? Oh, by the way, Jay, you want skincare and nutrition? What are you talking about? Well, with that trip, you get $400 worth of product. Or do you sell someone the nutrition and say, hey, by the way, we're including the 6-day, 5-night all-inclusive trip with the purchase of your package. I don't understand why we ever have to teach closing again. I really don't. Gooch said it on the call the other night. I feel that we have a perfect storm, guys. We have something for everybody. Muzaffar has said it's something for everybody. Body, physical body or buddy, whatever you want to call it. But if you're asking why I'm grinding right now, I see us being at the ground floor. I want to fill that empty chair that somebody didn't see the vision of and decided to do something else. Notice how I haven't talked about money. When you lead with fulfillment, when you know you have something to help somebody long term, the money will come, guys. If you're that person just trying to make the next quick buck, if you're that person trying to cheat the system to get someone to sign up for Club Secret, then add the $200 for the vacation, you're looking at it all wrong. My goal is to put some product in somebody's system or on somebody's hands or face that has a major problem as fast as humanly possible. The idea here is to get people into our ecosystem. In our last deal, if we weren't putting people in and getting them to training, they were falling out. In this deal, we want them to get to training, to fall in love with the culture. That's why I am doing it. They don't have to go recruit 1 million people. If you just get enough, guys, I don't know if you know this, but Jay started over. Jefferson started over. I started over.
It's not like we transferred with this huge team. We're probably down to the free.
Can y'all still hear me? We're probably down, but it doesn't matter. The amount of money that's being generated is so different. We have a tangible product that people are going to reorder when it makes a difference in their lives and never stop using it. Unfortunately, we're in love with everything Dr. Cohen makes, everything. So we have every product top to bottom. Even my son takes it. So again, we're hooked on it for life. That's it. It's over. How many people and how fast can you get them with a belief system like me on what the product has done? That alone should wake you up every morning. That alone should get you fired up of what the future holds. I don't have to cast vision for you guys. If you don't have it already, come on. The best of the best, tell me who. Tell me who has a product or a complete line that comes even close to what we have. And again, an included trip, get out of here with that. And I'm basically going to wrap up, Jay, and then you can add, if you have any questions. I'm sorry I go rambling, but I get so heated when it comes to this because and I'm going to wrap it up with this. I can teach you guys, Jay can teach you, Jefferson can teach you, get on calls, try to motivate you till they're blue in the face. But the bottom line is, same thing I told you right now. What makes Jordan the GOAT? Because he just freaking killer instinct inside his chest. What I see in Jay, it's that same freaking killer instinct. You think he has to hype himself before he gets on stage? No, this is what he feels on a day-to-day basis. I don't drink coffee. I don't. And when people ask me, you don't drink coffee? I say it in a funny way, but it's the truth. My motivation wakes me. I don't need no damn coffee to wake me up. If your motivation doesn't get your ass out of bed every morning, if your motivation isn't sleeping next to you, if your motivation isn't in the bedroom next to you, I can't help you. If you don't walk out every day with purpose, knowing that you're a freaking champion, even though you don't know everything, but walking out knowing with that posture and confidence that you're going to win the day and win every conversation you have, you're not going to succeed, guys. Why do people say yes to me? Because they feel people want to follow strength. They don't want to follow doubt. They don't want to follow people second guess. Oh, I don't know. Again, if you do this, don't swing the pendulum. If you need a third-party phone call, do it. I've never needed one. I've never used it, even when I wasn't shit, because I felt that I had to have that posture for them to feel my passion. I had a guy tell me today that he's like, damn it, Franco, you can sell a chocolate popsicle to a woman in white gloves. And I said, I beg to differ. I said, I can only sell stuff that I'm passionate about. I could never steer somebody wrong and take their money, knowing in my heart that something wasn't of value to them. So again, if you haven't bought some of that heart that Jay has to offer, guys, you need to check yourself tonight and walk out of bed or walk out of your house tomorrow with a different mentality. Because if not, I hate to tell you this, but you got no shot.
Wow. That's everything that we text, that I text you about right now. And I even wrote, drop the mic. I wrote, drop the mic at the end of the text. You just dropped the mic, man. Listen, you gave a lot of value tonight. Thank you for hopping on this call. Thank you for giving the value that you gave. Thank you for, just giving that clear vision. Guys, this is what it is. This is the end of the call. I don't even want to add anything to this. I just want to remind you this Saturday, it is going down. Eddie Head and Troy Brown in New York City. Eddie Head out in Boston. There's a lot of events going around all around the U.S. right now. Plug into the event that's closest to you. Let's have an incredible night, and let's finish off this week very strong. Franco, thank you for hopping on this call and giving the value that you just gave.